So for you to believe that the Democrat Party has served the black community right is wrong. There's more dysfunctional black
Okay,
families ever than ever before. Now, now,
Hold on a second. I want to ask you a question. Was Eisenhower a Democrat?
I don't know.
Was Eisenhower a Democrat? No, he's a
I don't know.
Republican. He's a
I don't
Republican,
know.
so it's not a Democrat or Republican thing. And he's actually
No,
the one that,
no. What I'm saying is, what I mean is that after 1965,
yeah, but he,
after 19, after 19, no,
war. The integration, you should know by following. Integration started in 1945, not 1965.
all right, but what I'm trying to explain is that between after 1965, that's when most of the homosexuals, transgenders, and fags were produced, and dysfunction between the marriage rate and the black family structure took place.
That was actually under
That
feminism that allowed all that. It
that
was
was
Yeah,
under
yeah.
because gays.
integration.
So basically, from 1900 to
And
1965.
those are Republicans that actually brought that in.
But what I'm trying to explain to you is that this dysfunction took place between the time between 1965 and 1975. So that's when dysfunction started. Okay,
No, it actually started
that's what I'm
before
trying to
that.
make. That's the
It actually
point I'm trying to
started
make.
before that. It actually started before that. Who Valdez? You got 2 minutes. Go ahead, bro.
First of all, my apologies, BGS.
Hey, man. Hey, I know, bro. Um, I know you. I know how contained you have been. And you have been on your best behavior. So I want to commend you for that. I know you, what you are capable of. So I commend you. I just don't want it to get out of hand. So,
Appreciate it.
so 2 minutes, man. Go ahead.
All right, this thing, and I hear what War is saying, and I hear what Alchemist is saying, but the way they say it, it is coming from a place of anger, like looking at people that are in the black community as if they are beneath you, and there's no possible way to actually help those people or reach those people with that mind state, because you have individuals, like I know dudes that come from that background that all their life they've been on, when they was
Somebody's got the
kids
mic on.
they was on welfare, you know what I'm saying, they've lived in the projects when they was kids and definitely thugged out, but some of the best people I know. So when you start talking about this, with Ray Ray and Pookie, they gonna kill each other, and it ain't that cut and dry. And you painting this brush,
You got a
you know
minute.
what I'm saying? Like it's like I got a homeboy. We call him Dirty because he always in some shit. He always doing something. But I would trust that dude with my life because he's straight up. Because, excuse me, can I finish, please? Can I finish? Thank you. I would trust that dude with
30
my
seconds.
life, and have trust that dude with my life, because he's an honorable fucking dude. Now, when you start talking about why do certain black men leave the hood when they make money? The truth of the matter is, and you ain't gonna want to hear it, some of y'all leave because you scared. You was scared when you was in the hood, and after you leave the hood, you still scared. That's why you jump on white man talking points, because you shook of them too.
10 seconds. You done? Are you finished, Valdez?
Yeah, I'm
Is
finished.
that it? Who hasn't
Ooh.
who hasn't really talked? I think Alchemist 13 hasn't got in a while. Charles, do you want to get in before Alchemist 13?
Now, just to piggyback off of what Angry Man said, I mean, that's some true shit. I mean, I still live in East Baltimore, and I do what I do. I mean, it's kind of funny what people said. If I'm scared to live by my people, then I should hang up my shit. If I get an opportunity to get a better house, a bigger house, whatever, would I move? Yes. But am I comfortable? You damn straight. Nobody bothers me. Everybody knows what I do for a living. There should be there, and I do agree with War on a certain level. When it comes to, you should have people accountable. I'm not gonna lie. That's the beautiful thing I have with the relationship I have with Angry Man. We're both men. Me and Angry Man are like brothers from another mother. my Negro from a different embryo. That's who, and he respectfully agrees or disagrees with me sometimes. And I think that's the part where black men need to grow is
10
that
seconds.
we need to understand each other and see what the best of the situation is coming from both of our sides.
5. You done? Okay.
Can I?
Alchemist,
Can I?
no, you can't. Alchemist, 13. You want to
All right, I'm
get
gonna
in
say
or not?
this. Yeah, I'll get in, and then I'm
90.
getting off the. I'm getting
All
off
right.
the
All
chat
right.
for today.
All right. All right. 90 seconds. Go ahead.
All right. I mean, I'm not even gonna get into emotionalism and personal stories. I was just making a simple point that I agreed. This was long ago in the chat when Cerulean said that black men need to improve their economics in order for the community to improve. I wholeheartedly agree. How we go about doing that is very complicated and very challenging and would take a lot of time. But nonetheless, I just feel like the conventional way we've been going about things, making certain excuses, hasn't gotten us far. The conventional way of voting for the Democratic Party for the last 53 years hasn't gotten us too far. So
Oh,
thinking outside of the box, coming up with creative solutions is always on the table. And that's it.
All right. All right, bro. Have a
okay.
good
Can
one.
can I can I get in yet?
Cerulean, you sure can. Go ahead. You got 2 minutes. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. See, the thing I didn't mention the last time, and I was trying to teach them something. The
Mm-hmm.
very talking points that they're using. You see, they're talking about black on black violence and all of that. Well, part of the reason why black folks can't unite is because you have a certain sector of black folks that pathologize black folks, and you think you about to gain support from black folks, and you're pathologizing them with a broad stroke. That's what's really keeping us apart. You see, some of us are more confused and think this is a Democrat or a Republican, a liberal or a conservative issue. But the real issue is that whenever a bill is passed on the floor, all bills that get passed are bipartisan, which means both sides sign off on it. So it doesn't matter if a Democrat put it on the table or a Republican put it on the table. Doesn't matter if a conservative or a liberal put it on the table. Where they agree on, that is what they both have an intention to pass that bill. Hard on crime bill, that's both Republican. So mass incarceration, both Republican and Democrat. Welfare
So
state,
both you,
created the welfare state, single LBJs, both liberals and conservatives signed off on that. Both Democrats and Republicans signed off on that. You see, so you're arguing these points. These points have nothing to do
30
with
seconds.
nothing. These points have nothing to do with nothing. I was trying to teach you that. That's why I was asking you these kind of abstract questions. And I use these as a teaching tool to people I teach in the community, and so you can broaden their
15
worldview
seconds.
to look at things. Talking about from looking things from outside of the box, like Tommy Sotomayor. You're listening to that guy, you're gonna actually be digging yourself
He's
a little
he's
bit
an
deeper into the
he's an
box.
entertainer. He's not even a teacher. He's an entertainer. What I don't I'll knock him for doing what he does. He's a shock jock. He's an entertainer. I don't know how people take him even seriously because he's not really serious. But that's my take on it. Who hasn't spoken that wants to get in? Gerard, you want
My
to get
Oh,
in? You want to get in and hasn't
No, my
spoken?
problem
Yeah,
is,
not,
they pathologize black folks, but
Cerulean.
then but then
Cerulean.
go ahead, let him finish.
they put the white people on their titties. You tell them, oh, well, you trace back the problems. See, the issue is I remember a friend of mine, who works over at the
30,
BCA,
30
told me
seconds, Cerulean.
if you trace the money, you'll find the root of all the
That's
problems
true.
in the
That
community.
is very true. Gerard, go ahead and jump
oh,
in
so,
because they're gonna.
When we heard Alchemist speak, you noticed he was parroting
Excuse me.
Republican. Alchemist, when he was here,
Uh huh.
he was saying old Republican talking points.
Yeah. Got to speak up, man, because we can barely hear you, man.
Ah, I got the
Nah,
mic up. I got the mic up. Is that
okay, I've got you boosted from my end as high as I can, so you got to really talk, get in the mic and talk, so we can hear you.
okay? Hold on, let me see.
Just go ahead. We work with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I noticed when Alchemist was talking. I've heard this before. Republican talking points and blacks want to divide themselves into Republican Democrat. At this point, we can't do that. because they're both the same team. They play gimmicks and schemes. But my boy War right here, I got what he was saying earlier. He was blaming feminism and liberalism for how we got to this point of dysfunction. And I agree with that. That is the root cause of how we got to this point. But it's been going back even further. We've had government ops on it. We have all kind of things happen to us that we have not known as a people collectively. And it's almost late in the game to kind of address these problems collectively. So I don't think there'll be a solution to these problems collectively.
You got 1 minute.
I'm done.
You're done? Okay. War, you got a minute. Yeah, I know I haven't allowed you again. You got a minute. Go ahead.
All right, angry man. The reason why productive black men address Pookie and Ray Ray with such passion and vigor is because that productive black man could become the victim of one of these losers at any given time.
Nah, it's 'cause
And
Pookie and
this
Ray
is
Ray
why
told them what he was doing.
I'm gonna give you time. Let him finish.
This is why I don't understand why other productive black men who claim to be productive protect Pookie and Ray Ray.
20
These
seconds.
Pookie and Ray Ray have no structure, no discipline. They will knock your head off with a 45 to feed their kids. So why would you want to defend these losers? They can
10
easily
seconds.
go to a community college. They can get 2 jobs
9,
and work at night,
8,
go to school during the day,
7,
and do something for
Count some of
themselves.
that.
Stop
5,
defending these losers.
4, 3,
Let's
2,
stop
1.
defending these losers and hold them accountable.
Okay. Valdez, you got a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, first
And
of
then Art.
all, first and foremost, the same way Pookie and Ray Ray are knock off your head to feed their children, so will white people, so will Chinese people, so will any human being on this planet. White people will kill you, go home and eat supper with their family like they didn't do nothing. So you're not even talking about nothing, dude. And part of the reason that the gentlemen like yourself have such a problem with Pookie and Ray Ray in the hood is because truth of the matter is, in the hood, Pookie and Ray Ray are seen as masculine by the women. So a lot of times Pookie and Ray Ray is fucking the chick you want to fuck. So after
That's bullshit. I pull dimes. I pull dimes. Crazy. I pull the baddest bitches you could imagine.
Oh yeah,
chill, guys. Chill.
No. Finish. Valdez, you still got 30
calls women bitches.
The reason why
such
I
an
know,
animal.
The reason why I know that's an issue is because it's an issue that constantly comes up in discussions about that sort of thing.
15 seconds.
Okay. So the fact that you're sitting here and you know what? That's the main reason why people shouldn't be following that dude and acting like he's a teacher, because all they're doing is repeating the same mess that he repeats.
Can I respond real quick?
No, you can't. Come
on, BGS. Come on.
Stop crying, man. Stop crying. You called him out. You called him out. I allowed him to respond. So that's it. Okay.
Can I follow up on Angry Man's point?
No. Art, go ahead. Art's been waiting. Go ahead, Art.
All right. The thing about it is, Angry Man does have a point with the whole. The guys were scared and they got out. I know plenty of guys who were in the hood. They did not want to get there. They didn't want to get shot or killed. Blah blah blah. This and that. And they
were smart.
War. Knock it off.
War. Chill.
I'm muted. Go ahead. Hey.
All right.
Don't. You still got a minute and a half. Art, go ahead.
All right. So no, they didn't. Because they were scared of the situation. All right, the environment did not fit them. That's fine, but if the environment doesn't fit you, and if you want to be someone who wants to help Black people, and you don't want to go back in there, then what reason is it that you have to talk about somebody who you don't want to help?
Is that a question?
Yes.
Okay, you got 30 seconds to answer it, War. Go ahead. Are you muted?
Yeah, he's muted.
Unmute yourself. Okay. All right.
All right. No. Let me respond. The reason why is because as a productive Black man, I'm being blamed for the 70% out of wedlock birth rate. That's why I'm criticizing Pookie and Ray Ray, because Pookie and Ray Ray are the ones that are contributing to the problem. Angry man. I don't got a problem pulling women.
Angry man did
Look,
not.
I don't got a problem. I don't got a problem pulling females.
War. Angry man did not ask you the question. Don't address
No,
it.
no, but he said that.
No,
He said that.
War.
Address it to me.
Address
I'm
it to the
Art.
person that asked the question.
I'm Art.
Otherwise, I'm gonna bid you good night. Okay?
All right. What was your question, my brother? What was your question again, my brother?
You didn't hear. Hold on. You mean to tell me that you did not listen? You just want to get back at Angry Man?
Well, Angry
He
Man
wasn't saying
first.
anything.
All right.